There's a place where a fantasy is relived once every turn around the sun.
My name is Jim Hicks. My name is Anthony Cook.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Renewing hopes, dreams, and memories.
There's the ball game. That's it. It's all over. The biggest upset in the history of Little League. Georgia wins it. What a walk-off home run.
Of proud moments and history made.
It's been an incredible journey. We're one of the best teams in the world.
It's over. Complete game for Monet Davis. Japan and Kitasuda have won an unprecedented fourth championship.
It's always a year in the making and always worth the wait. The Little League World Series.
And welcome to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Here on this Friday evening in Williamsport, it's day 2 after thrilling action all day 1. We've already had an excellent game on the international side, interrupted a couple times by some inclement weather, but the skies are relatively clear now, and we get ready for the finale in the opening round on the international side. It is Canada and Panama. This Little League World Series division of Little League International, we have a 16-team tournament, 8 U.S. teams, 8 international, modified double elimination. Kids are 9 to 13 years old. We play 6-inning games on fields 2/3 conventional size. There are mandatory play rules. Every kid gets into every game. Earlier today, in the international bracket, a game that was supposed to be lopsided. Spain, no tradition whatsoever in the Little League World Series, and yet a spunky group of kids. They actually took a lead against Japan and a tie game late into the game, but Japan's bats woke up after a weather delay, and in the end it was an 11-1 victory for the defending Little League World Series champion country, Japan. So here's how we stand on day 2. One more game to go in the opening round. South Korea, Mexico, they both won yesterday. Japan awaits the winner of Panama and Canada. And hi everybody, Dave Fleming alongside David Ross. So we were here for Japan, Spain. Now we get the nightcap, so to speak, on the international side. Final opening round game. Lots of stories on every team every year, but maybe no story has ever been quite like Dio Gama's. He is the star player for Canada. They say he's their best player. They clinch a spot here in Williamsport and find out he won't be here. Not a natural citizen of Canada. They were worried about him getting back in the country. The family was scared to send him. So all kinds of people sprung into action to help Dio get assurances that he would be allowed home after coming here to Williamsport. A long travel. He arrived in Williamsport today. He is in the starting lineup. And David, this means so much to his teammates. The reaction when they found out he was going to be here was priceless.
Well, I can't imagine coming to the biggest tournament. You see here, these kids finding out that Dio's going to be here. They're super stoked on the bus, freaking out. I mean, this is their star player. Just chanting his name. I mean, can you imagine coming to the biggest tournament of your life, maybe the biggest situation you've ever been in, without your best player trying to win? It's got to be heartbreaking. Super excited there. You see their reactions, and they're ready to go tonight.
And he is ready to go. For more on Dio Gama, let's go down to Sebastian Salazar.
Guys, what a whirlwind it's been for Dio Gama. First of all, he gets the all-clear Wednesday night. He's got to get a flight to Toronto. He gets to Toronto Thursday at 10 a.m. There's still a 300-mile drive. It's about an 8-hour drive down here to Williamsport. Got to Williamsport about 12:30 today. Checked into the Grove. Had a private, no cameras reception with the team. We're told it was pretty emotional. Look, these kids know just how good Dio is, just how much it means to him to be here. And I think the fans behind us know as well, because when Dio got his name called, he got about the biggest applause we heard all day. Guys, back up to you.
It is a pretty cool story. So one of their best players, it's a very tight-knit group. Their pal is here. Will that be enough against a team from Panama that's got a lot of talent, a lot of size? We will find out here. We've got baseball coming up. The big kids from Panama out of the Latin American region. First pitch, Panama, Canada, right after this.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, proud supporter of Little League and all youth sports. And in part by the Honda Odyssey, official vehicle of Little League since 1996.
All right, here we go. The final opening round game on the international side this 2018 Little League World Series. The kids from Panama in the Latin American region, 7-1. They played 8 games in 8 days in late July. They were dominant in their first 3 games and some close wins to get here to Williamsport. Let's meet the kids from Panama.
Soy Mark Campbell y mi jugador favorito es Giancarlo Stanton. Soy Ali Brown y mi jugador favorito es Jaime Barría. Soy Giancarlos Rodríguez, mi jugador favorito es Carlos Ruiz. Soy Rolando Rodríguez, mi jugador favorito es Javier Báez. Mi nombre es Alan Villarreal y mi jugador favorito es Aaron Josh. Soy Héctor Gutiérrez, juego segunda base. Mi jugador favorito es José Altuve.
Mi nombre es Carlos Arcia, jugador preferido de Giancarlo Stanton.
Mi nombre es Francisco Villalba y mi jugador favorito es Cody Bellinger.
Mi nombre es Oliver González, mi jugador favorito es Diego Gregorius.
Mi nombre es Cristian Serrano y mi jugador favorito es Gary Sánchez. Mi nombre es Luis Valdés y mi jugador favorito es Chris Bryant.
Mi nombre es Aaron Márquez y mi jugador favorito es Johan Camargo.
Mi nombre es Brian Villarreal y mi jugador favorito es Ronald Acuña.
Mi nombre es Juan Sánchez y mi jugador favorito es Johan Camargo.
All right, so the Panamanian team feeling like they've got a real chance here in Williamsport. Some big, some not so big, but all into baseball. And a country that has produced a lot of great major leaguers. It's not a big country, but they love their baseball in Panama. Out of the very competitive Latin American region, getting ready for their first game here in Williamsport. And the pitcher they will face for Canada, he's a right-hander. He wears the specs, Ian Huang, 13 years old. And yes, indeed, that is what they call him on this Canadian team. Sweet Swang Huang.
That doesn't get any better than that. That is the best nickname so far here at the Little League. Yeah, Sweet Swang throws absolute shed, according to his coach. Got a nasty curveball, good changeup, and throws in the 70s. So look for Sweet Swang to be dealing early on.
Well, Canada feels like they have a team that can really compete. This is a country that has sent teams here to Williamsport for decades. The most international appearances in the Little League World Series in its history from Canada. And British Columbia, sort of the center of baseball in that country. So the Canadian kids hoping to get an opening round win. And a first pitch of this game is a little bit high to Carlos Arcia, the third baseman for Panama.
They really like this leadoff guy. Coach said gets on base about 75% of the time. That's pretty good on base percentage if you're getting on there that much.
I would say. There's the first strike for Ian Huang, and you got the big kids lined up. 2, 3, 4 hitters for Panama are all big, strong, powerful hitters. Now, line drive base hit. Great start. Arcia around first, but stopped there, so he is aboard. And now we get to see the power of Panama.
Well, there's that on base we were just talking about. Whether you walk or you get on there by swinging the bat, that's the way you want to do it. Arcia really pulling the hands in nice there. Lead off the game for Panama.
Don Sanchez, who is a shortstop, he's got a very strong arm. We watched him warm up.
And this isn't just a big kid. He moves well, very athletic, and looks very hitterish in the box right now.
Hitterish, that's a technical term.
That is. That's a very official David Ross Southern baseball term we had talked about down there in Tallahassee. Looking hitterish.
It's descriptive, I think. The 0-1. He hits that one hard and fair. Just inside the bag. Cut off down the left field line. Matthias Brisson. And his throw is right there. The tag. Safe. Very close play at third. The bag kicks away, which is okay. They have give here at Little League. But he was in there ahead of the tag.
When we talk about how big and strong he is, look at the top spin and just the power he has, how that ball took off after it hit the ground. A lot of power, a lot of top spin on that ball. And look at this great slide. Just tagged a little high, really got underneath there. Just Cole couldn't quite get that tag down fast enough. Great base running, very aggressive. And Sanchez is absolutely fired up when he got to second base.
I tell you, that was close. Mostly, I think, because Cole Balkovic's foot was there. Canada, are they going to ask for a review? The umpires are going to talk about things here first. Our home plate umpire, Danny Gill. We do have a microphone for our home plate ump, but we don't listen in on these conversations. He just sort of helps us get the sounds of the actual game as it's being played.
safe is the call.
So I guess Canada wanted not an official replay review, but just
really checking it out. I looked like the throw beat him, but it was a great slide trying to get that. I mean, he's in there, I think.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he hit the foot first before the bag, but before that tag gets on him.
Yeah, safe.
I think he just touches third base.
Great slide. If you're in the big leagues, you don't hit the ground that hard and lay down anymore. So he probably would have been out, right? Great slide by Arcia.
So it's set up for Panama here. Second and third, nobody out. And their third place hitter, Ron McKenzie. He is the center fielder on this team. And he is another big, powerful kid. 6'1", 200 pounds at age 13.
Such a natural just presence in the box. Looks so calm in there, relaxed. Little bat wiggle.
With that one foul.
Pitcher. 1-1. Play.
6 players 6 feet or taller in this Little League World Series. 35 players 5'11" or shorter in the big leagues this year.
Nice stop right there by Andre.
Yeah, Andre Juco's the catcher, and he is not a big kid per se, but he moves.
That was a great movement right there. Threw his body in front of it. Very nice technique.
Did he go?
He did not.
Andre's working the umpires down there. I like his style.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to ask,
hey,
right?
You got to start early on.
3-1. Pretty good cut. Full count, 3-2.
That was a big league swing. That was a nice swing right there. Big boy trying to go up and in. I like the thought though here. Andre's setting up and in, trying to get him to chase. You got a base open. I know it's early. I don't know if you think like that in Little League, but trying to pitch to up in the zone, maybe get a pop up or something. But it's a pretty good hack.
So when you smile like that after you finish your swing, is that I would like to see that pitch again?
Yeah, I was like, man, I just missed that one.
3-2. Ian Huang. And now I don't know if the catcher.
I don't think he got the sign. Yeah, I think you're right.
Was waiting for a sign. Now he's got it. In the dirt, and it skips by. Well, that will score 1. Arcia comes in on a wild pitch. It's 1-0 Panama. It was ball 4, so that means McKenzie takes the walk. Sanchez on that same wild pitch goes to third. Rod McKenzie drew the walk and then threw his bat to get it out of the way, and he almost hit his teammate breaking for home plate.
you don't even think about that guy coming home. Just toss the bat right in front of him there. Luckily, everybody's all right. That was kind of a lot of moving parts there, home plate.
So now Brian Villarreal, another big hitter, cleanup hitter. We will see him on the mound for Panama. This is what I was mentioning. Okay, so he takes ball 4. It's in the dirt. Gets rid of the bat. Problem is, here comes Carlos. Obstacle course.
Right in his bat path. I mean, right in his base path.
It's a good fastball. Villarreal. Got a couple big poppies in this Little League World Series. And another 6-footer. Good off-speed pitch in the dirt. 1-2.
That's a good guy to like. Big Poppy doesn't get much better than him, does it?
1-2.
You got to hang out with him, I'm sure, a few times. Meet him. He's electric personality. Nice pitch.
Really good. So that's strike 3. Villarreal broke for first, but with a runner over there, you're out. That's a big first out for Ian Huang and Canada. At this point, okay, you give up a couple base runners early. You're trying to make sure this doesn't become a big inning. Try to settle in the game.
Well, so far it just looked like they're stacked too at the top. The Panama team, some really good swings there at the top. A little bit of aggressiveness. We've seen that throughout the Little League World Series. The first inning, these guys trying to do a lot, and you see him chase a couple pitches there. Villarreal.
All sizes right here in Little League. Rolando Rodriguez, who is also 13 years old. Not quite as huge as some of his teammates. Chance to drive in a run. He bunts it. And that is going to get a run home, and the throw goes up off the mid of Jaramillo down the line. Racing around third and coming in, McKenzie, so he scores all the way over to third. Rodriguez. 3 runs on the board now for Panama.
This Panamanian team has come out guns a-blazing. You could tell by the way they swing, the energy in their dugout, the energy on the bases right here. Lays down the bunt, nice bunt here. No panic. Ian tries to go home, and that's where he makes the mistake. There's no play at home. You gotta keep your poise and make a good throw to first. A little bit of a high throw. Jordan can't hang on to it. Now we got the merry-go-round around the bases. And you see here, that's the reaction. That's what's going on right now with Panama. A lot of excitement, a lot of fun. This team has come out with their hair on fire.
We're here to have fun. Breathe, right? Breathe. Everybody breathe. Let's get our outs. Ian had a great job having our first strikeout, right? Let's get the ball into play. Let's make some plays. That's okay. Get some nerves. They're done, okay? Let's go. Have some fun. Let's go.
I love that message. I love that message. Let's focus on the positives. Let's refocus our energy, relax, breathe. That's exactly what the coach has got to do right now. It is the nerves. You come out here and you're in this big environment. This team comes out and swinging the bat well. Great message.
3-0. 1 out. Luis Valdez swings through that first pitch. Well, 2 of those runs scored on a bunt, and it was a beautifully executed bunt by Rolando Rodriguez. It really have been 2 balls hit hard.
And a little bit of craziness.
Yeah, and that's what you were talking about. Hair on fire, the aggression of Panama forcing the issue right away. You get the first at bat of the game. Let's set the tone for the game.
Right, and you seeing it pay off because it just feels like the Canadian team's a little bit on their heels right now.
0-2, just inside. He's got good stuff.
Great stuff. Pitching well, getting some swings and misses early on.
His 1-2 got him. His second strikeout.
I like the big front side. He's got that big hand up top. Really deceptive. It's got to be tough to pick up if you're a hitter. Ian Wang really kind of settling in now. Only mistake really is that bunt where he threw that away, just rushed it a little bit, thought he might be able to get that play at home.
So 2 outs. Oliver Gonzalez, that runner at third. Panama would love to cash that one in. That's Rolando Rodriguez. It was a beautiful bunt.
Great bunt. And it's funny, we see that so many times here. Guys trying to bunt, but that was a nice executed bunt first time he squared around.
Good point. Lots of attempts, not many better than that one.
There you go. Deadened it. A great job.
1-1 to Oliver Gonzalez.
And to Ian's credit, he thought about going home and really said, no, I need to go to first, and just rushed it just a hair, maybe a little bit high.
How do you like Oliver's special talent? We ask these kids all kinds of questions. Okay, so what are you good at other than baseball, Oliver? Sleeping.
I've got a few friends. Brian McCann, I bet, could rival him on that one. That's.
I bet he would love to know that. To third, a little bobble, and
nice.
Still got him.
Nice play. That's how you stay with it right there.
And Canada needed that, so they give up 3 in the first, but limit the damage. And now we'll get to see Canada hit. Oh, Rolando Rodriguez with the bunt and the energy on the bases. 3-0 Panama. Dave Fleming, David Ross, Sebastian Salazar here in Williamsport. It is game 2 on the international side of day 2. Bottom of the first inning. Canada will hit for the first time, trailing 3-0. We're going to meet the kids from Canada, but first we're going to meet the one who just got here today, Dio Gama.
Hi, my name is Dio Gama, and my favorite player is Javier Baez, and here is Team Canada.
Hi, my name is Matias Bisson, and my favorite player is Jose Altuve. Hi, my name's Nate Kalina, and my favorite player is Jose Altuve.
Hi, my name's Ty Graywell, and my favorite player is Rafael Devers.
Hi, my name is Jaron Ashby, and my favorite player is Aaron Judge.
Hi, my name is Cole Balkovec, and my favorite baseball player is Manny Machado.
Hi, my name is Andre Juco, and my favorite baseball player is Ken Griffey Jr.
Hi, my name is Joey Marino. My favorite baseball player is Gene Segura.
Hi, my name is Jordan Adamia, and my favorite player is Clayton Kershaw.
Hello, my name is Colton Myers, and my favorite baseball player is Aaron Judge.
Hi, my name is Kai Sheck, and my favorite baseball player is Gordy Platson.
Hi, my name is Aiden Pleasance, and my favorite player is Clayton Kershaw.
Hi, my name is Ian Huang, and my favorite baseball player is Shohei Ohtani.
All right, so the Canadian kids raring to go from Surrey, British Columbia. So many great baseball players have come out of the Vancouver area over the years. 8-0 in the Canada Regional, 5th straight team for British Columbia to represent Canada. Team motto, family first, and that is epitomized by Dio Gama and his journey to get here. They didn't think they were going to have one of their friends and one of their best players, and yet he is here. It will be a challenge, though. Down 3-0 and having to face a kid, Brian Villarreal, who's got a great arm.
Got a great arm, and obviously one of the bigger boys on the team. He's going to be handing it to that catcher, and Gene Rodriguez. He's going to be throwing, I'm sure, some 70s and may touch 80s. Got an explosive fastball, and another lover of, we already pointed out, Big Poppy. He's going to have some fun here today. This Canada team's going to have their work cut out.
So Brian Villarreal, a little delay. Somebody had either an equipment malfunction or had the wrong glove or something. So Hector Gutierrez playing second base. Now he's ready to go.
Always think about the last-minute bathroom break that you might have needed.
Could be, could be.
That would have been my excuse for running out there late.
So Andre Juco will lead off. Shows a bunt, and there's that 72-mile-an-hour fastball to start. We do show you, once it gets over 70, the equivalent in terms of MLB velocity. And why does there need to be an equivalent? Well, because the mound is closer, so we're measuring it in terms of reaction time for the hitter. That's equal to a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Yikes.
Exactly.
These kids are 12 trying to hit that.
From that close, I don't even. I mean, I think he could strike out a lot of major league hitters when you're talking about throwing. The leverage he has in throwing that hard, that close.
1-1. This is high. We say it every first-round game, U.S. side, international side. The first couple innings, there are a lot of nerves. It's the kid's first time in Williamsport, and even on the mound, sometimes it can take a while to get that control, the command.
And the first time in front of these big crowds, too. I mean, that's even exciting for me when you get these big stadiums and these crowds into it and rooting their team on. It's a lot of fun, a lot of energy.
3-1. Juco takes ball 4. So that's a leadoff walk. So the field size, well, we're 2/3 size of a big league field in terms of distance from the mound to the plate, distance in between the bases, 60 feet. In the baselines, 225 here at the Little League World Series, all the way around to the outfield fences. Just compare it to Citizens Bank Park down the road in Philly. 90-foot base pass, 60 feet 6 inches from the pitcher's rubber to home plate. And at Citizens Bank Park, 401 to straightaway center field. Here's Nate Kalina. He takes a strike from Brian Villarreal. Nate's just 4'11", 83 pounds, but he can play.
And he loves Michael Jackson, so I like him.
Really loves Michael Jackson. Like, really, really loves him. Up a little bit high. He told us that he loves Michael Jackson, loves the way he sings, loves the way he danced, and that he is the best dancer on this Canadian team.
Nice. We got to see those moves before we leave here.
I want to see a moonwalk. I do. In the dirt. He started to go, but held up.
Break out a little glove or something out of the back pocket.
I think we could find a single glove for Nate. I think Scott Gustafson must carry one in his briefcase. I mean, he likes Michael Jackson a lot too. 2-1. Well, one thing about Nate and Andre, the first 2 hitters for Canada, not the biggest kids on this Canadian team, facing a big kid who's throwing really hard. Neither looks intimidated at all.
Not at all. And I was just thinking, like, it just seems like such a should be overmatched, but they're not. They're in there. They're choked up. They're good at bat inside the baseball with the foul balls. And they've got a good plan at the plate. They've got a good idea of where the strike zone is, where their strike zone is. That's the kind of signature of this Canadian team. They're going to play good, fundamental, solid baseball.
Full count, 3-2. Runner at first, nobody out. And that was a good cut, but fouled off to the right, out of play.
I just had to get this in. The leadoff hitter was a catcher. I just want to make sure we get that in. The best athlete on the field is the catcher today.
Yeah, speed.
Andre Juco leading this thing off. Speed, athleticism.
That one hit foul. You were such an athlete at this age, I'm sure, right? I mean, you went on to play in the big leagues. You had to be a great athlete at age 12.
We've seen some good nicknames. We'll get to my nickname a little later. When I was this age,
like Speedy or
yes,
what?
Yeah, no, it was Twinkie because I was a heavy set kid.
On the ground to third. That's going to be a tough play. The throw is in time.
Nice play. Nice play by Carlos Arcia. Fields this ground ball and does not panic. Watch the footwork here as we replay this of his fielding it off his front foot. Gets to the side of the baseball, step right, left, and throw on the run. Great play, bang, bang at first base. Ooh, that is close.
Really close. I mean, it's hard to blame the umpire. It's a good call.
That was a great call.
I mean, it's so close. You call it either way. It's hard to feel like you got it wrong. That's a strike on the outside. And here is Diogama, who made it here today. If you missed our open, Dio, 13 years old. They clinched a spot in Williamsport, celebrating with his team. Found out that he was not going to be able to come to Williamsport. He is a U.S. citizen. He was born in the United States, doesn't have a full Canadian citizenship yet, even though his parents are hoping for that. And they were worried that he was not going to be allowed back into Canada if he came with his team here. And everybody was heartbroken when they found that out. Your dream is to come to Williamsport. You clinch the spot there, and then you get told you're not going to be able to go. So lots of people sprung into action to try to help make sure he could get a guarantee. His mom and dad could feel comfortable sending him here, and he got that. He traveled yesterday and today. Did he go? No, he did not.
And thank goodness they did. I think how heartbroken this team would be coming to such a big event. One of the highlights of your young career and life, and to come here without your best player would be earth-shattering.
That one got by the catcher. Andre Juco, David Ross's favorite fast leadoff hitting catcher. He came tearing around third, ready to go.
He's moving, baby.
His nickname ain't Twinkie.
Boom. His nickname is not Twinkie. We're going to call him Speedster.
If it's in the air, when you tag, I'm going to be right there. You look at me, and when I say go, you go, okay?
Okay, a little quick tutorial in case we get a fly ball. 3-2. That one on the ground, and that will get through. Base hit to score the first run for Canada. And think about that. The kid who did not think he was going to be here. His first at bat knocks in the first run for the Canadians.
When he knew it, took this fastball away, hit it to the right side. You see why he's one of their best players. And he running down the baseline, clapping. He's fired up, pointing to the dugout, giving them the horns. They got the signs and everything here. Canada back on the board here in the first. Good answer back for Team Canada.
Red eye last night. The flight here to Pennsylvania today. Drive to the complex. Scramble up to see your teammates. Get the uniform, get the gear, get oriented, and get down to the field and play the game.
Roll out of bed and he rakes. I mean, that's when you know you're a good athlete and one of the best players on the team. Just having all those distractions, be able to be calm enough to get a knock your first at bat.
A big swing, Ian Wang tried to launch one there.
That looked firm.
And in case you missed it when he was on the mound, this is why he has the nickname Sweet Swang Wang. For his offensive prowess. He is a good hitter. That looked like an off-speed pitch from Brian Villarreal. 2-1. Well, they're making him work, that's for sure.
Well, we've seen some great at-bats here early on. Guys making both these pitchers work.
That's a strike. Ian loves Shohei Ohtani, and you can kind of see why, right? A role model for a kid who loves to hit and loves to pitch.
You got, yeah, and you're good at both of them, just like Shohei is.
2-2. Through that one, tried to throw another breaking ball. And it got over his catcher, Gene Rodriguez. Nothing he's going to do.
Yeah, I've been there, buddy. I've been there. Like, well, what do you want me to do with that one? I don't know, Coach. I can, you know, I'm only so tall. I love it.
Now it's full, 3-2.
Love how these kids wear their hearts on their sleeves. It just.
That one misses. Maybe a little bit high. That's the second walk of the inning.
All right, I'm going to have to cheat off your sheet here in a minute. I'm so locked into this game and excited. I hadn't even been keeping score this inning. So. WW, I just put down there. Wasn't watching.
What else can I do for you, David? You just let me know.
You're carrying the load here. You know that.
Joey Marino is going to come up first, though. We're going to have a visit to the mound.
Este es nuestro primer juego. Yo sé que hay un poquito de presión, pero tienes que tomar en cuenta que estamos ganando 3 carreras a 1. La recta que tú tienes solo tienes que tirarla en strike. Ellos no van a batear la recta debido a esa potencia que tú tienes. Relájate y concéntrate, diviértete, papá. Ok, 3-1, estamos juego a favor. Yo sé que tú puedes ponchar todo lo que viene. Vamos arriba. Vamos que puedes, vamos.
So Elpidio Pinto, the manager of this team from Panama, the message essentially was, hey, it's the first game. There's some nerves. It's okay. It's okay to be a little nervous. Let's throw strikes, settle in.
It's a great message. We keep talking about these coaches coming out. None of them are negative. They're so, let's just refocus on what we can control. Let's calm our nerves, get focused back. We still got a 2-run lead.
Joey Marino, the Iceman, whose dad is the manager for his team from British Columbia.
Iceman.
Iceman may not have seen fire like that before. 72 miles an hour.
That's coming at you. None of these teams, I mean, kids seem phased at all.
They do not. They called him Iceman because he was so serious as a little kid. He like had an icy look on his face. He still looks pretty serious to me.
Thought he might be a Top Gun fan. I didn't know. You know.
Let's go.
There's Dad.
Control that barrel, kid. Let's go.
Dad is locked in and fired up.
Stays alive. Got a piece of it.
Nice piece of hitting there. Almost in the catcher's glove. About that. That's about as late as you can foul one off.
You know that feeling too.
I know that. I know them all. That's. I feel like I pay attention almost too much to these catchers. I'm enamored by their skill set at this age.
Got him looking. Now that's the second out. Good fastball from Brian Villarreal. 2 down, and Cole Bonkovic will come up. Third baseman who we saw make a really good play. There was a tiny little bobble. He had to hurry to throw and make a really good throw to get the third out in the top of this action-packed first inning. Canada has answered with a run. They're down 3-1. And Cole's first look at that 72-mile-an-hour fastball.
I like how they're sizing them up. They get in there. Let me see a strike. Let me see how hard this really is. Let me get my timing down. Villarreal is really bringing it in there. It almost looks like, too, when he set up a weight, it's got some either deception or a little bit of comeback there from off the plate away to back, as you saw the strikeout the last pitch before and also that last pitch.
They want to set up out there again. Maybe a little too far outside the catcher's target. Got him swinging. So Brian Villarreal throws very hard, kind of locked into command there at the end of the first inning. He and Panama have a 3-1 lead. Well, the team from Panama in the Latin American region, they country, bordered on 2 different sides by water, and a beautiful place. The Panama Canal sort of dominates everybody's thinking about Panama. There's so much more to that country, which is not big in terms of population. I think there are about 4 million people who live in Panama, but they love baseball. There have been lots of great players over the years who have come from Panama. The city of Arraijan is a city of about 41,000. 13 miles southwest of Panama City. That's where these kids come from. Big smiles on their faces. A chance to play in Williamsport.
I played in Panama winter ball for the Macheteros.
Wow.
The Machetes. And Carlos Lee, Homero Sainz, some of my teammates out there. A lot of fun.
Some of the baseball heroes from Panama.
Great town.
Mariano Rivera. Rod Carew.
Chooch, catcher for
Carlos Ruiz.
Carlos Ruiz. Chooch is from there too. Great catcher.
Hector Gutierrez, only 10 years old. He's one of the youngest players in Williamsport. We have a 9-year-old on Team Australia, which is amazing.
That's awesome.
9.
My son's 9, so that kind of blows my mind that
he could be facing Brian Villarreal.
Like throwing 94. I mean, think about that as a parent. Yeah, you'd be a nervous wreck. Your 9-year-old out there, guy throwing 72 from 40 feet away.
I don't think his kid's name is Thomas Calvert. I don't think his dad gets nervous. He's an airplane pilot who flew the team here on the commercial jet.
Yeah. He's cool as a cucumber.
2-2 to Gutierrez. Panama jumped right on top with 3 runs.
2-2. Play.
Now we're in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball in the dirt. The throw to first for the put out. 1 away. So 1 out. Let's go down to Sebastian.
Guys, this is a really big deal back in Panama. You're seeing them right now at top of the bleachers down the third baseline. Full row of Panamanian media. They are broadcasting this game live back to the baseball mad nation, going out over the radio. They're expecting, they told me, tens of thousands of listeners tonight. The channel, one of the channels there you see is RPC. I said, oh, you guys like the ESPN of Panama? I said, no. ESPN is the RPC of the U.S. So they're pretty confident. They're also pretty confident about this team. Here's what they told me. They say, este equipo va a dar mucho de que hablar. Translated, this team is going to give folks a lot to talk about. So far, Panamanian press ain't lying, man.
Right on the money. Foul ball from Rodriguez. It's 0-2. Well, the thing about this team, we saw the power, the big kids in the first inning. We also see the speed and athleticism of some of their kids who aren't as big in size. Great bunt. Rolando Rodriguez was a big part of their rally.
Good mix of power and speed. You're exactly right. Watching them take infield, you could really see the fundamentals that they have and the athleticism that they have.
Meanwhile, Ian Wang, I think he's got pretty good stuff too.
I was just about to say that strikeout before to end that last batter was really impressive. That breaking ball in the dirt looked like a strike out of his hand and just fell off the table.
There have been a few instances already in this game where he gets ahead of the count and then it takes him a few pitches. He has not been as precise after getting ahead of the count. Just missing.
Keep trying to think who he reminds me of with that big front side glove. No, it's a Lincecum type thing, you know, where you get that big front side. You would know better than I do with that, but
the tilt back and then the delivery.
Seems to hide the ball really well. I bet it's really difficult to face, as I said a little bit earlier, but when he's throwing strikes, it's got to be difficult to pick up.
There's a kid pitching now for the Dodgers, Walker Buehler, kind of does a little bit of that, sort of the tilt angle.
Dodgers,
throws really hard. Doesn't have a nickname like Sweet Swang Wang.
Well, who does? Or Twinkie. I mean,
Twinkie.
That's got to be right up there, right?
So you were, as a kid, you were Twinkie, and now as a normal-aged adult, you're Grandpa.
I don't get it. Yeah, I just roll with it. I was a heavy-set kid. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a guy with a lot of self-confidence. Ball 4. We can laugh at the fact that he had a nickname like Twinkie back when he was a kid.
Was a little big in this region right here.
You've done a great, and maybe all the athleticism that you've showed over the last few years, post-retirement even, has helped you stay as trim as you are. Okay, what have we learned about David Ross here in Williamsport? Childhood nickname Twinkie. He is our chief meteorologist. He described what the lightning strikes on the radar as zigzaggy things. Yeah. And the Japanese kids absolutely love you.
That was awesome. I got down there and went to meet with the Japanese team during that rain delay. Their coach asked me to come down. Knew a couple of the trainers for the Red Sox that I knew and some friends with the Cubs. So we went down there and talked, and they were just they loved Koji Uehara and remembered that 13 World Series in Boston. So they were big fans of Koji and were asking me about his split finger. And yeah, there it is. Just hanging out down there with them. It was great, man. Really, they were just hanging on every word. The coach was translating for me. It was a lot of fun. A lot of great kids, a lot of excitement to see me, which made my day.
I love the caption on the photo. David Ross and Japan. You and the country of Japan.
Oh, geez, I thought I was just a big deal in the U.S. Now it's Japan too.
Oh,
I gotta tell Kirkshin that. He'll be fired up.
Yeah, he'll be here tomorrow, I think, so you can tell him in person.
Oh man, there they are, a little scouting.
Well, it's fun to have you here, and I think it's also fun to have you on the international side. Japan, after they finish their win, a chance to have some snacks, watch a ball game. They don't play again until Sunday. Strike.
Yeah, it's fun to be over here, and I got to talk to those guys about my first start in the major league was I caught Hideo Nomo, so that was like a huge treat for me, and so we got to talk about that a little bit.
That one right up the middle, base hit.
I tell you what, I'm so impressed with these at-bats from this Panamanian team. Arcia, fastball away, just taking that right up the middle, not getting outside of his approach. We've seen so many kids early on trying to do more.
Oh my goodness, 1988 Tallahassee Little League. He's been with us a couple of years. He's won 2 World Series.
Look at those cheeks.
I was expecting even maybe a little more creamy filling.
That's a mullet in the back. I think I thinned out a little bit after that, but I think my coach made me start running a little more.
Ooh, that one hit to left and well hit. It is on its way and gone. Our second Little League World Series home run, Adon Sanchez. That was a big fly. And Panama is celebrating.
I know the Panamanian folks know his name, but you better learn this name. Adon Sanchez is an absolute stud. We've watched him take infield at shortstop. He moves well. Looks like Xander Bogaerts out there. Gets this breaking ball here right down the middle. Goes down and gets this ball. Stays on it. Look at that nice easy swing. One-handed bat flip. Makes that thing look like a toothpick in his hand at 12 years old. This ball is crushed, people. We have not seen the ball jump off the bat at all since we've been here. That ball is launched.
Now those trailers out there beyond left field, we are told, are roughly 270 feet away. So you have to then go even farther. I mean, he didn't hit it down the line. He hit it more, yeah, in that direction. The outside fence is 238. The scoreboard's 252 if you're just looking for some landmarks. That's a base hit for McKenzie. Rod McKenzie is on base for the second straight time. This top of the order for Panama is tough, isn't it?
Sanchez and McKenzie, for me, so far, of what I've seen, the best 1-2 punch in this tournament. These guys, if Carlos Arcia is getting on pace at a 75% clip like their coach talked about, this top of the order is absolutely unreal. You got the big kids, they're athletic, and they're looking to do damage.
Here's the pitcher, Brian Villarreal. Maybe a little over anxious, trying to join his teammates in on the fun.
Brian's trying to send that back up there where Sanchez said his. I mean, they're trying to do a little too much, but they've got some big boys here. But when they hit it, it's going to go.
0-2. Well, the new bat standards trying to mimic the synthetic performance to wood bat performance. And they have had a dramatic impact on the way home runs have been hit throughout the regionals and now already here into Williamsport. This is the second day. We had 4 full games yesterday. We've got 1 in the books, 2 going on as we speak here today. And that is the second home run of this Little League World Series. And the only reason I point that out is the kids who hit them this year with these bats are the kids who have the real, true power.
No doubt. We talked earlier about the The difference in bats this year from last year, just in the regionals alone, is down over half. The home runs went from right around 140 to 60 home runs in the regionals. So ball's definitely not jumping off the bats like they did the last few years.
1-2. Foul tip.
Pitcher.
Don Sanchez with a big fly, a 3-run homer to make it 6-1 Panama.
And look,
Arraijan stays alive.
In Wang, I mean, he's got some good stuff out there. They're making him look like he's throwing cookies up there. I mean,
I agree.
He's got some pretty good stuff.
They're doing it against a good pitcher.
Yeah.
What?
I
think that's what Sebastian was alluding to earlier and what this Panamanian media came all the way down here for.
Broadcasting the game back home. Got him to chase a breaking ball in the dirt for the 4th strikeout for Ian Wang. 2 down. Little League Grow the Game Grant Initiative has distributed over $2 million at the local level. Grant funding provides local Little Leagues resources for general improvement to expand or establish softball challenger division and urban initiative programs. For more info, you can visit littleleague.org/growthegame, which is so important to all of us who care about baseball.
Get a bunch of other guys in. He did a great job. I think that was one of the best jobs that we've seen so far, right? A little nervous, that's okay. We're all a bit nervous. We're on a big stage. Jerry's coming in first. You're going to first base. Let's go. Right, guys, let's have some fun. Yeah. Are you guys cold? You guys are sweating a little bit. Cold?
All right, a pitching change. Canada changes pitchers. We'll step aside and be right back. Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Turned into a beautiful night here in Williamsport, and we are seeing something impressive. Dave Fleming, David Ross, Sebastian Salazar. This is the final opening round game, so we've seen all the teams on the international side so far. Canada is a good team, and right now Panama's offense is too good for Canada. They have been swinging the bats early in this one. They've got a 6-1 lead. The 1-2-3 hitters are 5 for 5, a home run, a double, 5 runs scored.
That's what you want at the top of your lineup. I mean, that's making a statement here at the Little League World Series. We came here to do some damage, and they're absolutely doing that. These kids can play baseball. They looked good defensively, and they can absolutely swing the bat.
So the new pitcher, Jordan Jaramillo, who was at first base. The lefty will come in, 12 years old.
What?
Orlando Rodriguez, yeah.
What?
Throws a strike right away.
I don't know what it is. I guess you don't see much of that at a young age, or I don't see it much, but I love the lefty pitchers at this age. It just looks so much fun. The mechanics are so sound. And
Jordan's got a big personality. We're going to hear some more from him as we go along with this game between Panama and Canada. He was born in Texas, and his family moved around a lot. He's lived in Texas and Florida in the United States, so I'm assuming that the nickname comes from that. 1-2.
Sneaky fastball right there, right by him. Slow it down, your typical lefty. Slow him down, speed him up. Doesn't like it.
Good job, Jordan Jaramillo, coming into the game to get the strikeout. Hey, guess what? We're going to hear from him when we come back. He and Canada got some work to do at 6-1 Panama.
Hey, Jordan, mind if we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
What's your nickname?
Geronimo.
Geronimo? Why do they call you that?
Because my last name is called Jaramillo, and it's with a J.
What are you afraid of?
Kangaroos.
Why kangaroos?
Because they can fight with their feet.
Oh, okay. What superpower would you like to have?
Teleportation.
Changeup or fastball?
Changeup.
Give us a funny batting stance. Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Spicy or mild?
Spicy.
Yep, me too. All right, Jordan, go on and give us your best strikeout call.
Hey, 3.
What do you like on your pizza?
Pepperoni.
Do you have any handshakes?
Yes.
Solid. Mind if we ask you any more questions?
No, I have to go.
Cool, thanks for playing.
Got work to do, apparently.
We've got work to do. We got to come up with a handshake for sure.
Yeah, we do. A Williamsport handshake. You and I will put some work in.
All right, we'll get something in the green room.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
That was great. Kangaroos. Scared of kangaroos. I've never heard of that.
They fight with their feet, he said.
I mean, that's kind of logical.
So what happens if Canada plays Australia?
Ooh.
Right here, pitcher.
Jordan Jaramillo might have to tap out.
Oh, man.
Kai Sheck, 13 years old. And the thing about this game, it's 6-1 Panama. Canada made this kid who's throwing so hard, Brian Villarreal, on the mound, throw 34 pitches in the first inning. They had a lot of competitive at-bats against him.
Well, I think this game's far from over. I think at some point we may have thought, you know, other teams playing that this game's over. But Canada hadn't even went through the lineup one time, like you said, and already got him up to over 30 pitches. They keep continuing to do that, get in another pitch, see how deep the Panamanian team pitching staff is, and they continue to have great at-bats.
1 and 2.
Kai waits for the 1-2 pitch. That one was right there. That's the third straight strikeout for Brian Villarreal.
Well, that's just looking for something else right over the top and going right down the middle. Thinking it's going to be down and just planes out. When you're throwing that hard, you're used to it kind of bottoming out, but when you're throwing that firm, it kind of rides the bottom of that zone and just stays in there.
And the point you made early in the game was, hey, look, they probably never faced a guy throwing quite this hard. Maybe they have, but not many. And these kids still, this is the first time through the order. So for Canada, this is for each of these hitters first time seeing Brian Villarreal. Matias Brisson made a really good play in the outfield, cut a ball off, made a good throw.
Made a great play. And to your point, Brian Villarreal is so tall, 6 feet tall. I don't know that you see somebody throwing that hard and with that kind of deception and leverage at such a short distance.
Matias's mom's family is from Japan, so he really wants to play Japan here in Williamsport. The winner of this game will play Japan. So Matias and his pals have a little work to do to make that come true, at least right away. A pretty good swing.
Nice swing.
His approach at the plate, he told us, so we've had a little baseball talk with Matias. His approach at the plate was look for a fastball, get the barrel of the bat on the ball, and think middle of the field.
Think middle of the field. That's a great, I would say choke up with 2 strikes. That's one thing I could tell him right now. Just a little bit choking up, a little bit late on that last one, but a nice bat path.
Ball up.
A bit high.
Two.
4'9". They list him at 98 pounds. And a good swing.
That's a great swing. Just a little bit too much for him.
That is 4 strikeouts in a row for Villarreal. So yeah, the winner of this game plays Japan. The winner's side on the international part of our bracket, South Korea, Mexico, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. And then Japan and the winner of this game will be at 1 Eastern on Sunday. Super competitive games yesterday. Come from behind victories on both the international and U.S. sides.
All 4 games, right?
All 4 winners had to come from behind yesterday, day 1. There's Jordan Jaramillo.
Down! It's your arm.
Hit him.
I'd love to see that. Jordan didn't even react. The umpire had to tell him get down there. Must have just barely nicked him. Let's take a look. Oh, I think it got his shirt sleeve there.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Umpire had to hear that.
Usually, you react a little bit.
Just a little bit. Jordan didn't even move. It's like, hey, don't take away my at bat.
Andre Juco, leadoff hitter. This is his second time now seeing Villarreal. He took a walk and scored a run on the first day. I think you see him shaking his head there. I think he's got a pretty good idea of what Brian Villarreal is featuring. One and one.
I know we can't tell here on TV, but I watch it on TV on our monitor here, and it looks firm. But then when we glance down to the live shot, it's coming in really, really quick. Just for the little context for the people at home.
We're almost right above home plate. That one popped up on the infield. Villarreal is going to take it himself for out number 3. So Canada gets a base runner, but they do not score. We're through 2. Panama looking very strong. They lead 6-1.
You don't need a ticket to enjoy this show, just some ingenuity to make your chair fit just right on the hillside.
Well, the hill today, a little slippery, a little muddy at Lamedy. We are here down below the hill at Volunteer, although we have our own hill and view at Volunteer Stadium, the home of most of the international side here at the Little League World Series. Panama 6, Canada 1. Yeah, there we go. And the chairs work over here too.
Yeah, they work good. I think they found the right spot over there at Lamedy where they're the fastest, most aerodynamic spot down there to fly down that hill. Those kids, those moms are going to be washing some serious mud out of those clothes.
No kidding. All right, and we do welcome those of you who are joining us on ESPN on the international side here in Williamsport. Dave Fleming, David Ross. We have seen some really impressive baseball in this one. Panama's got a 6-1 lead. We're in the top of the 3rd. Mark Campbell is pinch hitting now for Panama, so we haven't seen him. He's 11 years old. He's 4'8". Okay, that's one side of the spectrum with Panama. Panama also has some of the biggest kids here in this tournament, and they showed off the strength and the power on offense in the first 2 innings.
No doubt. Adon Sanchez went deep earlier. And Arraijan McKenzie, I mean, these two, wait till you see these two guys. I mean, 2-3 in the lineup, and they are absolutely just a presence in the box. Their swings are so far advanced for this level, and they're big kids along with it. I mean, the ball he hit earlier was an absolute bomb.
We've only had 2 home runs so far in Williamsport, and we're getting close to the end of day 2.
That was a nasty backdoor breaking ball. He didn't get the call there.
Jordan Jaramillo is wondering where that pitch was.
1-2.
He's the second pitcher of the night for Canada. And the thing about all this offense that we're talking about, Campbell strikes out swinging. We'll show you some of the power. Okay, Adon Sanchez, who plays shortstop and also does this.
Just a bad flip. I mean, that's a bomb.
.265, .270, that's my guess.
Hey, and look, he moves well. He's playing shortstop, and he moves well out there. This kid is an absolute athlete.
So as we get near the end of day 2, which means the entire opening round will be finished. Last year, 15 home runs in the opening round in the 8 games. This year, so far, 2, and one of them from Sanchez that we just saw.
And both of them on the international side.
You're right. Oscar Hyde of Australia hit a big home run here yesterday. Francisco Villalba, another 11-year-old kid. They've got a lot of younger kids on Team Panama as well. That one dropped in there nicely. And the point that you and I were making early in the game, the offense that we've seen, the 5 hits, the home run, the extra base power, against a kid for Canada, Ian Wang, who was throwing hard. He was throwing really well, I thought.
He was throwing great locating, great off-speed pitches, but they came. I mean, the Panamanian team came out and punched Canada right in the mouth. They were on fire. They were energetic. They had good emotions, and things just happened. They had a great bunt, sacrifice bunt when they threw it away, and then that's where we got all the runs.
Strike 3 swinging. So Jordan Jaramillo's come into this game and struck out 3 in a row. 2 down here in the third.
He's done great, and he's really had a great feel for this breaking ball. You see it right there. That breaking ball got great depth, and throwing it right at these left-handed hitters, making it extremely difficult.
Two outs, nobody on. And that's ball 1. Another pinch hitter, Adam Villarreal, is at the plate. One and one.
Jordan Jaramillo got that breaking ball working. Since he's come in and slowed things down, started to pitch a little bit more, taking a lot off. These Panamanian teams just hitting velocity because they haven't really touched this off-speed stuff that Jordan's featuring.
So then he speeds it up a little bit. It's 1 and 2.
Well, Tom Glavinish out there. Slow him down, speed him up.
I like it.
Right?
Jaramillo's 1-2. Got him swinging. He struck out the side.
Made that look easy.
Yeah, maybe that could give Canada a little boost of energy as we go to the bottom of the third. It's been mostly Panama so far. They lead 6-1. Panama leads Canada 6-1. We go to the bottom of the third. Dave Fleming, David Ross, Sebastian Salazar on the international side here in Williamsport. So many great stories really on every team, but there have not been many stories over the years quite like Dio Gama's. Dio is one of the best players for Canada. They clinch the spot here in Williamsport, win the Canadian Regional, celebrate, and then find out that Dio is not going to be allowed to travel to the United States. He was born in the U.S., is not a full Canadian citizen. His mom and dad were very nervous that if he came to the U.S., he would not be allowed back in Canada. And so the trip was off. His teammates were going to come without him, and they were going to be without one of their very best players. And Dio is heartbroken, as you could imagine. All kinds of people sprung into action to try to help him out. He got a special sort of exemption, a guarantee, so his parents could feel comfortable sending him here. And then his teammates found out he was going to be here with them. I mean, this was just a couple days ago.
Can you imagine your best player coming to one of the... I love that they're chanting his name. Coming to the biggest moment, probably of your young baseball career and maybe life, in this amazing venue, and coming without your best player, what they say is their leader, the heart and soul of their team. And you could tell how happy his teammates were for him. Super pumped for Canada and all the people that made that happen. Kudos to them.
Well, it was a kid who was stuck in a tough situation. It had nothing to do with him. But you can't understand. I mean, mom and dad didn't want Dio to come and not be allowed to come home.
I'm not sending my child, that's for sure, to another country and not knowing if they're going to get back, right?
So anyway, a happy ending. Dio took a red eye last night, flew this morning, landed in the Williamsport area about midday, scrambled to get here, met up with his teammates, got all the equipment.
Gave us a highlight on the intro and rolls out of bed and gets a knock and an RBI.
And got a base hit to knock in the first run in his first at bat. Welcome to Williamsport.
Nice.
So it's a great ending to what was going to be. I mean, literally, we showed up here a couple days ago and still thought he was not going to be a part of this team. On the ground, Nate Kalina with some speed, but thrown out.
Guys, Dio's best friend on this team is Jordan Jaramillo. They've only known each other a year, but we've been told they've become really fast friends. They're also two of the leaders on this Canadian team. Anyway, Jordan's dad is here, but Jordan's mom isn't. So all week, Jordan's dad has been passing messages back to his wife in British Columbia. Just letting her know what the team's doing, how they're enjoying Williamsport. Jordan's mom, in turn, passing that news along to Dio's parents because they want to know what's going on with the team. So I know it's 2018, but it's kind of a modern-day game of telephone. No telephone needed now. Everyone back home can watch Dio and the rest of the boys in red. on their big screens.
And he's a super kid, responsible. He's a good student. He's a good ball player. He's a great teammate. And you can understand his teammates were just heartbroken.
No doubt. I mean, I would be. It's like going to the World Series without your best player. You know, you're going without your Chris Bryant and Anthony Rizzo, right? I mean, like one of those guys. I can't even imagine. And like Sebastian said, it's the heart and soul. One of the guys that they rely on, and you could tell how excited they were when they got that news on the bus. Just a great story all the way around. We're so happy that he's here.
Down 2 strikes against a kid who's throwing very hard. And he took a close one, 1-2. He's a center fielder. He's the 3rd place hitter.
1-2.
I love his swing too. He just throws the hands at the baseball.
2-2.
Right here.
The equivalent of a 94 mile an hour Major League fastball, but Brian Villarreal is throwing very hard. Canada only has the 1 hit. Their kids have not blinked, though.
They have not. Well, he's 58 pitches. They've worked him, made him work for everything he's gotten.
Strikes out Dio for out number 2. That is an explosive fastball.
You're not catching up to that. I don't care if you're in the major leagues or in Little League. You're not catching up to that high fastball, 94 at the letters. It looks so good to your eyes as a hitter. Right there, eye level, you think you're going to smash it, and it's just hard to get on top of that ball.
So 2 down. That's the 5th strikeout for Brian Villarreal. 1-0.
You can see Brian's got a little bit of run to that ball too at times. He started off the plate away to the righty some, and you see there just ran that ball in a little bit. Got a little bit of that arm side run to it.
Ian Huang, who started the game as the pitcher for Canada, and as we said, he was throwing the ball well. Panama's got so many good hitters. And they got to Ian, so now he's playing first base. He has arguably, and we have a kid for South Korea whose nickname is Beautiful Spotted Deer. That's a really good nickname.
All right.
We got a curly fries, we got some food ones, but Ian Huang's nickname is, and his teammates really call him this, Sweet Swang Huang. That was hard to beat.
I just want to keep saying that, man. It's like Sweet Swang. And he can pitch, right? I mean, he's got a sweet swing, but
he can do it all.
He can do it all. You're exactly right.
He's ahead of the count, 3-0. Who knows for Canada? Maybe part of the goal is to see if they can get Brian Villarreal out of the game. But the pitch count, he takes ball 4. All right, so we did an unofficial, by we I mean somebody else, unofficial ranking of the all-nickname team. El Torito, the Little Bull, Mammoth Masato on Team Japan, Curly Fries. I do like Beautiful Spotted Deer. How about Jake Calver of Australia? He is lactose intolerant, so instead of just Jake the Snake, he drinks almond milk. It's Jake the Almond Snake.
I love the stories behind it, too. Elastic Man's a good one.
Yeah. El Elastico on Team Panama. That's a good one. You're right. Ty Graywall is the pinch hitter. Runner at first and 2 outs. Oh. 2-0. It's not been a big strike zone from our home plate umpire. So Canada's maybe taking note of that. Danny Gill, Florida native. I will present without comment that Danny is a funeral director at home. That's his day job. All of our umpires are volunteer. They all pay their way to come here. They get to come once and once only.
Well, we've ran into this before. Some of the parents of the umpires are here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that travel and in support of the players, but even the umpires' families have traveled to get them come perform on this big stage.
Danny's behind home plate. Sean Simpson is our umpire at second base for this game. Sean's parents came up to us to say hi, introduce themselves, give us the Sean Simpson umpire pin. The umpires have their own pins for pin trading.
And they're from the Bay Area?
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Surf country in Northern California. There's Sean. So his mom and dad came to watch him umpire in the Little League World Series, which I think is great.
I think it's awesome.
He made his mom and dad happened to come up to us right after their kid made a super call, a tough call, fair foul, and got it right.
By inches.
So we gave him some love on the telecast. Colton Myers hits for Canada here. Colt with 2 on and 2 out.
Reset.
Let's see, it's 6-1, but Canada's got a little chance here.
AC/DC.
He can't wipe the smile off his face. His coach said something that made him laugh, or what?
He's like, I'm about to have it back, but I'm going to wave to my first base coach as he's talking to me a little bit. I love the eclectic mix of music coming out of Canada. We've got some Michael Jackson, we got some AC/DC.
Pretty good swing from Colt. If Adnan were here, and he will be here, I can't remember if he's coming in tonight or tomorrow, but our sort of resident baseball Canadian, he and Dan Schulman, he'd be asking him all about the movies.
You always got to do your research about movies when you're with Adnan. You better be on top of your game because he is one of the best I've ever been around.
Colt's favorite movie? Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Pretty good one. Anything with Jim Carrey in it, I'm a fan.
That wild pitch means a couple runners in scoring position, and who knows if Colt...
Go, run! In! Look what the catcher's doing, bro! Look where the catcher is!
Not bad. The catcher,
We're all good.
Shane Rodriguez for Panama, was back behind home plate.
See what the catcher was doing? He wasn't even looking at you.
That's a good lesson, though. Always keep your head on the ball and pay attention to where the ball is and what's going on in front of you.
Another good swing. Yeah, he wanted Ian Wang to just break for home plate.
Yeah.
Fine, he had the mask way down at the bottom of that hill. He wasn't even looking at you. You would have stole home, no problem.
One and two.
2 on, 2 out. Colt Myers having a very competitive pinch hit at bat here. Did he go?
Did he go?
We have our answer. That's strike 3. So the high fastball gets him. Brian Villarreal works around a couple of walks. Canada threatens, but they do not score. We will go to inning number 4. And guess what? The big boys are coming up for Panama. 6-1 they lead.
Conforto coming up. Near left field, way back. Conforto's got himself a dinger. Goodbye, home run. And that one off the end of the bat. Runner's caught. He's going to run him back. And got him as Scott Kingery puts the tag on.
Hit deep from Frazier to left field. He's done it again.
Todd Frazier. Remember that name.
How did our friend Harold Reynolds know all those years ago? 20 years ago, in fact, Todd Frazier and Tom's River won the Little League World Series championship. Todd and the Mets are going to be back here in Williamsport on Sunday night. Sunday Night Baseball, very special edition. Our second MLB Little League Classic. Phillies, Mets from across town at the minor league field here in Williamsport. The players will be here during the daytime to meet the kids, interact with the kids, and go over and get ready for an actual, real big league game in Williamsport. Mets Phillies Sunday night.
Don't want to miss that. One of the best things Major League Baseball and the Players Association and Little League has partnered to do. This thing was so much fun last year. A lot more entertaining than I think anybody could imagine. It was amazing.
Jordan Jaramillo on the mound. He has struck out all 4 hitters that he's faced. Christian Serrano is the pinch hitter for Panama. It is 2-0. Looming after Christian, though, the top of the order, and that is where the thump is. That is where the damage has been done for Panama, and it's been really impressive.
1, 2, 3, 5 for 5 with damage. I mean, these guys are setting the tone at the top with Carlos Arcia and the big boys coming up behind him.
So you're not going to want to miss these at bats coming up in this inning for Panama. They're licking their chops.
There you go, right there. 1, 2, 3, 5 for 5. Home run, double, 3 RBIs, and 5 runs scored.
And some pipes. 3-2.
Trying to rattle old Jordan Jaramillo.
Jordan doesn't look like he rattles real easily.
He doesn't. He's cool, calm, and collected up there.
We heard from him. He's got big personality. Use that breaking ball for strike 3.
3-2 breaker. I mean, he's throwing it in there. I mean, he's got no fear. He's got confidence in that breaking ball and throwing it in the strike zone in this 3-2 count here. See here, just throwing, got such confidence, throwing right down the middle, and that thing just disappears.
Well, we were thinking he might face these big hitters.
Great job, bro. What was that, Uncle Charlie all day or what? Or was that Shuto? Huh? What was it? Oh boy, it's nasty. Listen, you're gonna go to 1 again, okay? So get your glove, okay? We need you for tomorrow, maybe, okay? You ready to go? Oh yeah.
That's Mike
everything
Marino,
working?
the manager.
You have a good bullpen? Yep. Attaboy. Attaboy. Let's go. Just go right after them, okay? Let's go right after these guys. Let's get out of there. Let's go.
Well, you love the smile from Zayden Pleasance, who will take over on the mound. And we'll see how long he's smiling. He has a tall task, David. Look, we've seen just about every team now here in Williamsport. And the top 4 hitters, especially the top 3 hitters for Panama, can stack up against anybody.
Well, we talked about it already in the stats they've put up, but just watching their presence in the box, how they've attacked the pitchers they faced so far, it's just, they just seem so much more advanced than some of these other guys. They've got the size, but usually the power and the swing doesn't come along with it. These guys got a feel. They're athletic. They move well. We've got one in center, one at shortstop. I mean, these guys are the athletes on the field, and they're the biggest kids on the field.
How about the conversation, too? Mike Marino asking Jordan Jaramillo, was that the curveball all the time, or was that the shuto?
I was just about to say, I was going to translate at home. The shuto in Japanese is that front hip two-seamer we throw, but I don't, you know, the Uncle Charlie, I loved it. I loved the terminology that the manager was using there. That was awesome.
So he struck out all 5 hitters that he faced, and he is eligible to pitch tomorrow because of those pitch count thresholds. So you always see some strategy. Canada's not punting on this game, but they're down 6-1. We're in the 4th inning.
And he's been pitching extremely well, probably one of their top pitchers, and you see him bringing in, and what he was able to do since he came in, just struck everybody out. I mean, there wasn't even any solid contact. So
if they do have to play tomorrow, assuming they don't come from behind and win, then that will be an elimination game for Canada. So Zayden Pleasance, 13 years old, takes over on the mound, 5'8", 122 pounds. We'll get our first look at Zayden. He's got a pretty good nickname, I think. Zato Potato.
There we go. Zato Potato.
Just loves the glove that he got and all the equipment. So many of the kids, when we ask them about, okay, coming to Williamsport, the fields, the pool, the grove, the food, the ping pong, the baseball, and they love getting outfitted.
The equipment, I mean, I even like it. It all matches the batting gloves and the bats and the helmets, and I mean, it's just really cool. We were talking about this team from Barcelona earlier didn't have bats and gloves. Guys sleeping with their new gloves. I mean, if that doesn't tell you anything about what a great event this is, just as far as some of these kids that are less fortunate getting some brand new equipment that they'll probably keep for at least a while, if not the rest of their baseball career.
By the way, maybe you saw that we're a little less than 20 minutes away from the start of Georgia and Hawaii on the U.S. side. That is the final opening round game on the U.S. side. And that game is going to pop up here on ESPN. So we will move over to ESPNU as this game winds down. And that game gets started. There's a strike, 2-1. I think Georgia and Hawaii, 2 of the teams that on paper, as you come into this Little League World Series, you figure are favorites. Carlos Arce has been a great table setter on base both times with 2 solid hits. He scored 2 runs. What did the coach tell you?
Coach told me 75% on base percentage. So John said, man, that's pretty darn good. And he's hadn't failed. We're at 100 now.
3-2.
Let's see if he can stay above that average the coach told me about.
Yeah, if he doesn't get on base here, he's all the way down to 666. Way down.
Way down.
Full count, 3-2. You got Don Sanchez looming on deck. Strike 3 called. Got him with the breaking ball.
Going to be tough to get on base with a 3-2 Uncle Charlie like that. I mean, nobody's looking for that 3-2. You're looking for a nice fastball in a 6-1 game. And Zayden just flips this breaking ball in here. Nice big 12-6 break ball, well caught by Andre Juco right down the middle. Nice pitch.
So it doesn't get any easier as Don Sanchez, the shortstop, who is 2 for 2 with a double and only the second home run in Williamsport this year so far.
You know what I like about both home runs? They hadn't been any cheapies. No. Either one of them.
No.
Houston Astros. We were talking in infield, watching him play shortstop, who looked very Xander Bogaerts. I mean, just big guy, moved well.
He's got a tremendous arm. His shortstop arm might rival anybody here. 2-0. He got the call. Zayden Pleasance.
Nice.
Every once in a while, you need a friendly call.
I've got guys texting me on my phone like, if I had that strike zone, I'd still be pitching. Like ex-players.
2-1. That one to center field on a line. It's going to stay in the park, but it's another hit for Sanchez. Diogama got the ball back in quickly. No surprise, he's 3 for 3.
If this doesn't tell you anything, he's going out here. They're trying to pitch around him off the plate, just stays on it, and a line drive to center field. And I mean deep center field, and he's out in front of this pitch. Extremely good approach and good swing here. He's going to be tough to get out in this tournament.
So Don reaches. Now Arraijan McKenzie comes up. He's been on base twice.
Doesn't get any easier.
No. Yeah, this kid is liable to hit one a long way. Yes. That is violence in that, in a good way, in the very best way, in that swing. He got his base hit last time, went over to first base, looked up to us, looked up to you. Thumbs up.
He had a big smile on his face, pointing up to us, doing the game up here, and we were all smiling.
Yeah, you guys get that? You see that? He hits that one down the right field line. Foul ball. Sheck went after it, couldn't quite get there. It's 0-2. All right.
There's somebody he reminds me in the box, and I'm going to get it here in a minute, but this is just such a nice, calm approach. You see there, I mean, that's textbook. Look how long he is in that finish. It looks really, really easy for him. I think he's got that little bat waggle, that tall stance of Major League that keep.
Okay, listen. Come here. We're 0-2. You got to think 0-2. 2 out. We got to get out of this right now. Yeah. Someone high heat, up and in. Okay. Up and in, high heat, okay? Up and in, let's go. Come on. We got to get this. Let's go. Come on.
Okay, you better hit your spot.
Look at that smile. We saw him swinging a ball up earlier that did not look like I would like to go up.
Coach, we do have a microphone. He's trying to whisper like we weren't going to hear.
Okay. Play.
All right, let's see if he can execute. There's that target up. Hey, he did pretty well.
Way to hit your spot right there.
So are we just going to stick with that, you think?
Well,
now we need another meeting?
A lot of the coaches would say, now what? A lot of the players. Oh, yeah, we're going back in.
Why not? He got him.
Oh, nice coaching.
Oh, game plan works.
That's the coaching we like to see. Well, he told him to go up and in, and we went there, brushed him back, and went right back to it. Up and in, tied him up, didn't know what to do with it. That's called hitting your spot, and that's pitching. 101. Four-seamer up and in. Get out of the damage.
All right, so we will shift to ESPNU and clear the deck for Georgia and Hawaii. So follow us to ESPNU for Canada, Panama. Welcome back to the Little League World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. What has turned into just a gorgeous night in Williamsport. We had our first game on the international side interrupted 2 different times with severe weather in the area. Not this game. 6-1 Panama as we go to the bottom of the fourth. The score is a little misleading in that we've had exciting ball right from the start in this one. Dave Fleming, David Ross, Sebastian Salazar, and Team Canada's put together a lot of good at-bats, just not a lot to show for it. The big power hitters at the top of the order for Panama have been the difference in this one. So now we'll see if Canada's offense can get a rally going against Brian Villarreal. Still in the game. He has had to throw 73 pitches in 3 innings, which I think does sort of speak to the determination of the Canadian kids. They've had a lot of battles against a guy throwing very hard.
Well, if they're going to have a chance in here, you're going to have to get Brian Villarreal out of the game, because he seems to be very effective and dominant so far. You're right. They've given him great at-bats, but not been able to scratch across much.
Drawn 4 walks. The 1 hit knocked in a run. Villarreal, for a guy who throws this hard, I mean, typically we in Little League can see huge strikeout totals. He struck out 6, but in 3 innings, that's not off the charts like sometimes we'll see with kids throwing 70 plus.
Right.
Guys, there's some kids in this tournament just have baseball in their blood. Kai Sheck definitely in that category. His grandfather, Gordy Platson, played for the Houston Astros in the late 70s, early 80s, was a teammate of Nolan Ryan's. Grandpa Gordy is here, and it isn't his first visit to Williamsport. That's because Gordy's son Nolan, so Kai's uncle on his mother's side, represented Canada and Wally Little League here at the Little League World Series back in 1997. So there you see it. How about that for some good baseball genes for our guy Kai?
That is. Kai almost with a base hit.
And this Canada team, man, they put up good at-bats and have great swings. They just can't seem to get anything to go fair. I mean, this guy's bringing it so hard. Villarreal is throwing a lot of tough foul balls, and then he'll make a pitch. But I'm super impressed with the at-bats they've been able to put together tonight.
For a team that has 1 hit, the at-bats have been way better than that hit total would tell you.
Stop. Gray hands. Call that picking it. Pick it, Wilson. That's what he used to say. Do it. Do it like no biggie. And he transferred it.
Yo, Ross.
Oh,
we
almost got our
times.
first action up here.
We did, and I wasn't paying close enough attention, and I thought it was going to get me in the face.
It happened. Well, we're watching it on TV because of the angle we've got, and we were just watching that highlight, and the foul ball came right up here next to us.
All right, I'm going to start watching for real. I was too impressed with Rodriguez behind the plate. 8th pitch of this at bat here. In play, towards short, cutting over. Arcia throws him out. All right, we're paying attention. See, this is not going to be flattering. Yeah, see, we're looking at the monitor. We're admiring. All right, I was a little more spooked than you were, I guess. Okay.
I saw it last minute, but I was a professional athlete, Dave. So
yeah, thanks for making me look so good. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Well, look, we're close enough to where if you really weren't paying attention.
Oh, right in the face.
Yeah, that would not.
I saw that last second. I mean, I don't know that if that was right at me, that wouldn't have got me right in the forehead.
Zayden Pleasance. 0-2. Zayden, who's now pitching and just having a ball. Zayden, he can't wipe the smile off his face.
This is one of those things I think we fall in love with major league players that smile a lot on the field. It's the same thing here. When you see these kids smile on the field and have fun, having fun, enjoying their craft, it's just, it lights you up on the inside.
This will be the final hitter now for Brian Villarreal after that foul ball, no matter what happens here, and that's what happens. Strike 3 call with the fastball. 7th strikeout, but 85 pitches. So that means Brian Villarreal will have to leave this game here in the 4th inning. That's the rule. He threw the ball really well.
Yeah, he did. Boy, against a tough Canada team that really gave him all he could handle. Fought and clawed their way to this 85 pitches in 3 2/3.
Cerraste como los grandes. Ahora, Jacén, el juego estamos 6-1, papá. Aquí lo importante es tirar strike y localizar. Tú sí puedes tirar un poquito más con más confianza y usar más tu curva también. Buen cambio. Entonces, vete para el center field. Tú te vas para el center field. Buen trabajo, papá, buen trabajo. Tranquilo. La próxima está mejor.
Of encouragement for Brian Villarreal, and then some words of instruction for the new pitcher. We'll tell you about him when we come back. It's the bottom of the fourth. We'll step aside briefly. Panama has a 6-1 lead. All right, back here in Williamsport. Not all offense for Panama, although the bats have been impressive. Brian Villarreal threw the ball really well, I thought.
He threw great. I mean, a lot of fastballs. Didn't really have to use his off-speed much. Some strikeouts there. Canada made it tough on him, but you see him bringing that heavy fastball. Got that two-seamer that came back a lot tonight. Pitched in, pitched out. Really was effective with the fastball.
85 pitches. He'll next be eligible to pitch on Wednesday. Gave up just the one hit. So now Carlos Arraijan, who has been really impressive. Much different physique. He's 5'3", 109 on the mound. Like Brian Villarreal, who goes to center field. But Carlos, we've seen the defense, we've seen the at-bats. He's a good baseball player.
He's a really good baseball player, and the coach told him what's important right now, we're going to throw strikes, and don't be afraid to use your curveball. So let's see how that advice works here for Panama. Now you're gun shy.
Well, now you got me spooked.
Foul ball down the left field line. Dave's jumping up here.
I said now I'm not going to watch the monitor. I'm going to watch the live action. And then what did I do? I just looked right down at the monitor.
0-1. Just habit at this point.
Yeah. 0-1. Jaramillo, who did an excellent job pitching. Is that curveball?
That was a changeup, actually.
Okay. All right. See, I'm not going to watch the monitor anymore.
I'm stealing signs from the catcher here. I am watching the monitor.
Pitcher. 1-2.
Pitcher. When this is one of those things, your timing is so geared up to 94. These guys are going to have to slow things down a little bit. Looks like more of a finesse pitcher that Carlos Arraijan is.
Bottom four, 2 outs. Canada trails 6-1. 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second for Panama. There's the curve, I think.
Breaking ball, yep. Try to do a little back door. Just hung up there a little bit.
2-2.
Pitcher. Jordan Jaramillo is another player, man. What he's been able to do defensively on the mound, and another Canada hitter that's given a really great at bat.
Yeah, that one got him.
Back to back.
Yeah, second time in a row. Jordan Jaramillo kind of crowds the plate. This time he actually decided, okay, it did hit me. I'm going to go to first. The first time the umpire had to say, no, that hit you. You have to go to first. He's the on-base machine. Well, when you're down 5 runs, you need base runners, right?
That's it.
Jaron Ashby is a pinch hitter now for Canada. They call him, okay, his last name is Ashby. They call him Mashby.
Mashby, I saw that. Let's see if he can bring a little mashing to the game.
He did admit to us, after telling us that was his nickname, he did admit that he's not really considered much of a home run hitter.
Yeah, he's more of a base hit guy. You can tell that was a nice swing there on that fastball up.
It was. Hey, we've seen a lot of games on the international side already. 2 of them in particular yesterday that totally turned as soon as the starting pitcher came out of the game.
Well, that's what I keep thinking about. It's such a game of depth that we've seen so far. It's about doing the little things right, but you can have all the offense in the world, but if you're not able to pitch the ball and have multiple pitchers, I don't think you're going to go very far in this tournament. from what we've seen so far.
There could be a little strategy here for Panama. They've got the lead. Carlos Arcia, not their hardest thrower. I think they have a couple other hard throwers.
Sure.
Maybe trying to save those kids. 2-2. Right back to Arcia, who's got it and makes the play to first. So a hit batter, but no runs. We go to inning number 5. Panama with the 5-run lead. All right, time for our Honda game summary. Some of the images of the day. Panama and Canada, the final opening round game on the international side, and Panama with a 3-run first, a 3-run second. The top of the order, 6 for 8 with 5 runs scored and a home run. Diogama, a great story, just got here today and then drove in the first Canadian run. He had a scare in that he didn't think he was going to be able to travel to the United States for this Little League World Series. He got some help to get permission to come, and most importantly to go back home again, and he's here and he has made an impact, and his teammates are thrilled that he is. They've got work to do though. 5th inning, down 6-1. The Arraijan against Zayden Pleasance. Brian 0 for 2 in this one so far. So 2.
What a great story for Dio, getting here back with his team, being able to play in this game, uplifting his teammates. We saw the reaction that they got when they heard that great news. So happy for him, and one of our better stories here at the Little League World Series.
A story that we didn't know was going to have a happy ending.
We thought, what a shame at the moment. Nice pitch.
Up until yesterday, today even, maybe. I mean, until he actually made it here.
We really just got in, what we say, noon, 12:30?
Yep. Let's welcome in Sebastian Salazar downstairs. Sebastian.
Yeah, we said off the top of the broadcast, boys, but on Dio, when he hit the field for warm-ups, the Canadian fans went wild. You could tell they were really, really happy to have him here and see the happy ending that you guys talked about. On the other side of the field, we got the Panamanian fans. They actually have a pretty good traveling contingent this year, but they've really filled out the section with the expat community. I say local expat community, but it's not really that, man. We got folks from Maryland, New York, Philly. I met an American fella who was born in the Panama Canal Zone. He now lives in West Virginia. He wasn't going to miss a chance to watch this team from Panama play. They're happy to be here, and I think it's one of the cooler parts of following the international bracket. We really see these teams from around the world kind of gather fans from around Pennsylvania, the surrounding areas as the tournament goes on, and you can tell that the players really appreciate, one, having their friends and their families in the stands, but having fans that they don't know cheering them on.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. A lot of pride in that country. Zayden Pleasance gets his 4th strikeout.
Well, I think everybody would be excited to hear. I think when you're in the Major League clubhouse this time of year, you walk in, the Little League World Series is on, and everybody's rooting for their country, especially around this time.
For sure. Well, maybe some more pitch count strategy here from Mike Marino.
Thanks, sir. What was working? What were you throwing there? Oh boy, good job. You're going to go to the left. Okay? Cole, you're coming in. Dio! I need all your stuff.
No, my arm sleeves alive because I could have switched my leg sleeves.
All right. What about your glasses? Should we keep those on? No, let's keep those on. See if we can get a little glare in their eyes. I was just joking. Throw strikes, have fun, okay? Let's go.
Let's go.
Not cheating, not trying.
My kind of coach right there.
Oh, boy. He was just kidding. He took the glasses. So another pitching change here. Yeah.
Keeping it light out there.
2 outs in the 5th inning. So while we have a moment while Canada makes the pitching change, just a reminder on the international side. So 3 winners already. Panama inching closer to joining Japan, South Korea, and Mexico. On Sunday, South Korea and Mexico will play 9 Eastern, and Japan against the winner of this one at 1 Eastern on Sunday. The losers will play tomorrow. So that is part of the deal here. When you win your opening round game, you get that advantage of more rested pitching staff, extra rest and preparation for your team. If you lose, you got to turn around very quickly and go tomorrow, in the case of both Canada and Spain, who lost earlier today.
One of the stats that stood out to me as I was doing the game yesterday, no team has ever, since they've expanded the Little League World Series, has ever went on to win the World Series when losing the first day. So it's a tough road if you go to that losers bracket with all the pitching and the rules of trying to take care of these players. It's extremely difficult to come out of that losers bracket. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's definitely hard when you got these other teams being able to rest their pitching.
Yeah, all rules have been great, and those rules have helped protect kids' arms. And no, there's not a single person who objects to them. But you're right, it does change the way that the tournament lays out. And so, if you win your first game, it just gives you such a big advantage.
Hey, let's go.
Cole Balkovic will be the new pitcher. He had a lot of gear to peel off, some arm sleeves, some sunglasses, some other stuff. These are the pitch eligibility rules, 1 through 20, and you can go tomorrow. That's we've seen twice. Canada save 2 pitchers that both will be able to go tomorrow with those thresholds. So they're going to try to get through this top of the 5th inning. They trail 6-1, 2 outs, nobody on. Luis Valdez will come up for the second time. Good pitch from Cole Balkovic.
I think that Panamanian crowd has been the loudest too so far. They've been chanting and cheering over there. They've got some energy. They're fired up for this team.
And that's what Sebastian told us from the folks who traveled from Panama to broadcast games back home. They have seen this team before, and they really felt very confident about Panama's chances.
You hear it right there.
So it's 1-2. Luis Valdez, his second at bat in this Little League World Series. Well, if Panama holds this lead and wins, it'll be those big hitters at the top of their order against the pitching from Japan on Sunday. Yeah, that really will be. That one was close. 2-2.
That's a catcher right there trying to sell that breaking ball. That was nice. Bringing it back. Uh-oh, we got time.
So a quick chat, catcher and pitcher. Andre had something he had to get off his chest.
Yeah, I like it. Boy, Andre, let him know where you stand.
Cole on the mound. He was born in Milwaukee, so he was born in the United States. Still goes back to visit his family in Milwaukee. He's a Brewers fan because of that. He's been to some Brewers games over the years.
That's a great stadium and atmosphere there when Milwaukee's playing well.
I think he went around. Yeah, he did. So that's strike 3. The Canadian pitching has locked it in. Now can the bats get it going? Mid-5, 6-1 Panama.
Right here, right here, right here. Right here, look. Wait for Sato. The 7th string guy against us right now. Let's make him pay. Let's put up 10. Let's put up 15.
Ball past you. He's not good enough to throw a ball past you.
Nothing will get blown past you, okay? Let's go. Let's attack fastballs and let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Well, just in case you need me to, I speak Canadian. I can translate that for you. It's a pretty powerful message, huh? Let's go.
Great. Firing them up.
Got the starter out of the game now with the reliever Carlos Arcia, who is not throwing as hard as Brian Villarreal did. Down 5 runs, but the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Canada, and some kids we've seen have some very competitive at bats in this game.
No doubt. If they're going to make a push, I think this is where they need to do it. Got to get that leadoff guy on. Got to get something started early on. Put the pressure on the Panamanian team. Continue to have those good at bats, but they got to get something out of them.
Nate Kalina has grounded out twice. He is one of the littlest kids here in Williamsport, and yet against a kid who's throwing very hard. I mean, he was battling and put the ball in play twice.
Yeah. Well, the only hit they got tonight has come from their best player in Dio Gama.
He's on deck.
0-1. Play.
Oh, 2.
Pitcher. Pitcher. Thanks, sir.
Carlos Arcia.
0-2. Play.
Your standard waist pitch.
That's it.
Away, right?
We see that at every level.
Let's see if that doesn't change. Let's see if we can swing at one over in the dugout. And we'll go back to on the plate.
On the ground and past the reach of Gonzalez. So that's a hit for Nate Kalina. You could sort of see it coming.
No doubt. The great at bats really paying off there. Staying on that breaking ball and driving it to left. Letting the fastball get deep, stays on that break ball. Look how he gets down there with the ball with his lower half. Gets down into a swing. It's a hot shot that Oliver Gonzalez cannot handle at third base, and we got the leadoff guy on. We got some hope for Canada here in the 5th.
Now Dio Gama, the kid that they describe as their best player, the heart and soul of their team. They did not know until really yesterday that he was going to be able to be here with them. Chance to help Canada get back in this game. 6-1, bottom 5. These are 6-inning games at the Little League World Series, so Canada's running out of outs.
How about the last 48 hours for Dio, guys? He gets the all clear kind of late Wednesday night to join the team. He's got to fly from British Columbia to Toronto. Gets to Toronto yesterday, 10 a.m. Got an 8-hour drive to Williamsport. Arrives here 12:30 this afternoon, as you guys mentioned. Checks in up at the Grove. Had what we're told is an emotional reunion with his teammates. They're glad to have him back, not just because he's, one of their leaders, but because they know what it means to him. And we showed that video of their reaction when they found out he was going to join them earlier in the show. Just goosebumps watching it, man.
And all that said, you can still be ticked off if you think you got punched out on a pitch that wasn't a strike. That's universal.
That was a generous call for sure.
He's not happy. I don't blame him. That was probably off the plate. But Arcia got through. Gama, now a pitch that looked more like a strike than strike 3 is called the ball. Got it? Ian Huang, who has walked twice, is ready to swing.
There's that sweet swing.
Yeah, that's the nickname. Canada needs base runners.
Got to get a little momentum here.
Yeah, that leadoff hit started some. Oh. 3-1. Ian's had good patience all game long.
Really has, and it's rare that we've seen here in the first days of the Little League World Series.
He does not chase. That one may be off the plate inside, but I think it probably looked pretty hittable to him.
Yeah, especially everything they've kind of expanded away. That ball's coming in. You really want to get anxious to swing at those.
Number 7.
Full count. Big pitch in this game. And a breaking ball hit to center field. Villarreal under it to make the catch. 2 down. Well, Sports Center tonight on ESPN after the Little League World Series action. Georgia, Hawaii. Kenny Mayne, John Anderson will be with you with quarterback breakdowns from the NFL Duke Hoops, Zion Williamson, what an athlete he is. And the sights and sounds from here in Williamsport. Yeah, you don't have to use those chairs just on the hills. You can use them in the bleachers too.
He looked like he found him something comfy. Oh, here we go.
Joey Marino with a pop-up, and Arcia takes care of it himself. He gives up the leadoff hit and then gets 3 outs in a row. We are through 5, 6-1. Panama leads.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, proud supporter of Little League and all youth sports.
From Volunteer Stadium, Panama, and the top of their order has been really impressive. The 1-2-3 hitters for the team from Latin America, 6 for 8, a home run, just the second of this tournament so far. 3 runs batted in, 5 of the 6 runs scored, and it's a 5-run lead for Panama as we go to inning number 6. We'll see if Panama can tack on any extra runs against Cole Balkovic. He's the 4th pitcher of the game for Canada. 6-1. Oliver Gonzalez on the ground and past the dive of Nate Kalina, base hit. Leadoff single for Oliver.
Nice piece of hitting there for Oliver, getting them started here at the top of the 6th inning. Just stays up the middle, not trying to do too much here late in the game. Nice swing, Oliver.
He's the kid who told us his talent away from baseball is sleeping.
That may be one of my favorites. I mean, we've got this sweet swang wang, but I like the hidden talents. Like, I like to sleep.
He tells us he can sleep the full 8 hours at night and also take a 4-hour nap during the day.
I'm a big nap. Do you like naps?
4.
That's a long nap.
4 hours.
I'm up all night if I take a 4-hour nap.
I think that's called bedtime.
He has 2 bedtimes.
That one in the dirt. Oliver decides to stay put. The catcher was not napping. See?
No, he was on top of it right there, stopping, pouncing on it. So last inning, we saw the coach giving a little bit of pitching advice, going out there talking to him about what he wants to do, looking in there. Andre Juco giving a little bit of advice to Cole. It's what us catchers do, leaders. You got to lead out there.
Now,
you're directing a lot of traffic.
How often did you think that your words of wisdom were really, truly effective?
Never. I tried to just distract them like the coaches do.
That one on the ground to third. Not hit very hard. Gonna have to hurry. The throw got him.
Nice play.
Hector Gutierrez went in with the slide at first base. Diogama got him with a nice throw.
Dio been downfield that one and just used his bare hand. He thought he was going to have to use his glove. Swing and bunt here. Goes down and just rolled right into his bare hand. Nice play.
So 1 out.
Dio's moving all over the field.
You're right. He went from center field to third base. Chance to play some infield.
We got a little catching gear malfunction. This is, and the coach set it up wrong. It's supposed to go behind.
Oh, well, look,
Yeah, this is not the catcher's fault. This is totally the coach's fault, people.
Maybe we could just get rid of the knee saver for a half inning. What do you think?
Well, listen, it's our equipment. This isn't the catcher's fault. We got a little bit of malfunction. Right, be patient here. Let's ride this out. Pull it tight, coach.
Yeah,
Coach has messed it up. He's out of room though because he went around the top of the knee saver. But we got it all right. We'll do a demo. Yeah, we'll do a demo of how to put on catching gear and knee savers tomorrow. Meanwhile,
what are the chances that thing stays on for the rest of this inning?
I hope good. I hope it stays on. There he goes. He's comfy.
The opposite catcher for Panama, Rodriguez, comes up for his second trip to the plate. Runner at second, 1 out. fastball.
You know what I've noticed too from pitchers? I mean, I've seen these guys really command the inside part of the plate the last 2 days. These pitchers do a good job of pitching inside to hitters. It's not as easy as they're making it look. There's another one.
Yeah, almost in the same spot.
Yeah.
Good pitch.
Most guys are scared to hit the batter, even at the big league level. It's as you move up, it's difficult to pitch in. These kids are making it look easy. Nice pitch. There you go.
1 and 2.
Two-seamer running in there. Got a nice feel for that.
1 and 2.
Cole's throwing the ball well. Canada's got a little depth of pitching.
Nice job laying off that pitch by Rodriguez.
Let's go, better.
Tried a curveball.
Tried the corner and missed.
Yeah. Now it's full 3 and 2. And he figure with the top of the order coming up, he knows he wants to throw a strike here.
Let's go, better.
Back past the pitcher to short, and the throw to first for out number 2. There's a lot going on that play.
Nice play. Got the base runner running in front of you. Joey Marino keeps his composure, fields it, and throws it to first. You got kind of a swing and bunt here up the middle. Not hit hard. Does a nice job of, we just gets back by Cole, the pitcher. Joey keeps his composure and makes that play. Nice play, Joey.
So now Carlos Arcia. 2 hits, 3 at bats, 2 runs scored. Just outside. Ian Wang had good stuff. They hit him pretty hard. The bullpen for Canada, 4 innings, 10 strikeouts.
They've done great. They've done great. I think the scouting report on
that ball hit pretty well, and a attempt, but no catch in right center field. 1 run home and all the way around to third. Arcia. Kaishek got there and just couldn't quite squeeze it.
You're exactly right. Great effort there by Kaishek. Just out of the reach of his glove. Just tipped off the back end. Had a long way to go. Was playing a lot closer to the line and had to run to the gap. Nice try.
That'd be the 3rd hit of the day for Carlos Arcia. He's 3 for 4. What did you say his on-base average was supposed to be?
75%. This coach is a genius.
Right on the money.
Just relaying what that coach says. He knows.
Now Adon Sanchez 3 for 3, including a home run.
Nice stop. Nice stop there by Andre Duco.
Two and 0. Would not chase that curveball.
He's seeing that ball a long time. He almost went down there and got that one.
Yeah, I think one thing you maybe we're about to mention something about it, about their bullpen. They've used off-speed stuff really effectively, but this kid, he's a different thing at the plate.
Well, I was just going to say they really have. I think that Panamanian team can really hit the fastball. He showed that early on, jumping on, whether it's the adrenaline of the game starting in the first game or not, but they can hit that heater.
Right? Shecker makes that. We're out of here. It's a tough play for him, though, okay? So you're going to go back to 3, okay? Nate, go. Yo, go 2, okay? Go 2. Just keep the ball low, keep the ball down in your zone, and just hit your spots and throw strikes. It's very easy, okay? Let's go. Let's go. These guys may be bigger. You got bigger heart, okay? Show them your heart. Let's go.
All right, so a new pitcher, Nate Kalina. We've seen him at the plate with some impressive at-bats. Dave Fleming, David Ross here at Volunteer Stadium. Okay, so this is our final opening round game on the international side. We've seen all the teams here in this part of the Little League World Series bracket. Do you have any overall thoughts on the international teams here?
Well, I think the Japanese team was fundamentally sound. We saw them swing the bats later when things slowed down. They can really hit. But, I mean, this Panamanian team for me has been super impressive, especially at the top of their lineup. The thump they've got, the athleticism they've got in center field and at shortstop has been really impressive. I mean, there's some really, really good swings and some good athletes on this Panamanian team.
Like that kid?
Yeah, just for starters. I mean, he's probably been the most impressive for me. Adon Sanchez has been really impressive, and Brian Villarreal, their best pitcher, just came out throwing absolute heat and keeping this Canada team at bay really for most of this game. I mean, they put up a good fight, but there was just overpowering stuff from Villarreal. And so this Panamanian team right now, for me, has been the most impressive from what I've seen.
You know, it will be interesting, too, because the winner of this game plays Japan in this part of the international bracket. Japan did not show, and they have some kids who can hit home runs, but they did not show the kind of brute strength and power we've seen from some Japanese teams here in Williamsport. It was a much different kind of hitting approach. It might be an interesting contrast on Sunday if Panama hangs on and wins this game when those two teams meet.
Well, the depth of what kind of pitching Japan is going to be able to roll out there next is really going to tell the tale. You got to see the opening days that I didn't really get to see much of. What were your thoughts from yesterday and the powerhouses from yesterday's wins?
Yeah, those were the nail biters, and the pitching dominated yesterday in both games on the international side. South Korea, it took them a while to settle in. They're a typical power here. They didn't look like maybe quite the same offensive force as so often we've seen. Mexico showed a lot of spunk, I thought. And the teams that we have seen from Mexico in the last few years, I think last year they had 6 or 7 kids who could throw maybe 60, 65 miles an hour. They had so much pitching. It feels like that kind of team from Mexico again this year. That one hit into right field, base hit. The throw is going to come all the way to third, not quite in time. And McKenzie with another hit, his second of the game. He knocks in a run. It is 8-1 Panama. But you know what? That said, I think I might be with you. The best overall performance in the opening round on the international side has been Panama.
Well, even right there with that miss, I mean, that's a chopper through the infield, but the top spin that ball had on it and the way that was just aggressively headed to the outfield, you can tell when these kids touch this baseball, it's got some spin on it. They've got some power in those bats.
So now Villarreal, who has struck out all 3 times.
This is going to be the key for me and what they do. If he doesn't swing the bat well throughout this tournament, you're going to find some guys that aren't going to want to pitch. If you can get one of those top hitters out, you're not going to want to throw to them. He's going to have to swing the bat a little bit better than he has here tonight.
Yeah, there have been some times I think he just looked a little over anxious.
Yeah, he wants to get that first knock out of the way for sure.
Sometimes you wonder, okay, he's a big kid. He was throwing hard on the mound. He's one of the, quote, stars of this team. He watches his teammates just rake in, hitting home runs, and maybe, you know.
That's kind of how I felt my whole career. Everybody else was hitting and I wasn't getting any. So I know the feeling. But you're right that being anxious is a real thing.
He pops up here, put it in play. But it's out number 3. The last chance for the kids from British Columbia, Canada. When we come back, bottom of the 6th, 8-1. To 1 Panama as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Last chance for Canada. Definitely not the last chance for the kids to dance here in Williamsport. We got a long way to go. This is just day 2.
We need Eduardo's floss. We need to get Eduardo here. Eduardo Perez, get him here in floss contest with the kids.
Of all of our ESPN baseball analysts, broadcasters, Eduardo's the guy who has spent the most time trying to be good at the floss. And he is pretty good at it.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good at it.
He's a big man to be flossing. He's a gigantic human being.
Extra large floss.
Oh, man.
Well, here we go. Last chance for Canada. 3 outs to go, down 8-1. We were talking about the bracket on the international side. This is the final game of the opening round. Our impressions of these first games. One thing I think, Canada's going to play Spain. I think Canada's got a great chance to win that game, as impressed as we were with Spain. And they have a chance to win again in this tournament. How about that to start off here in the bottom of the 6th? Cole Balkovic with a base hit.
We're exactly right. And the way the coach has been able to handle this pitching staff so far and just get some guys a few innings and get their pitch count, get their feet wet. They've got some arms. I mean, they're able to pitch. The coach is managing that pitching staff really well here in a game that looks like they're out of.
So now Kai Shek 0 for 2, trying to build on the rally. We have seen some comebacks. This would be a heck of a comeback. That one to center, and a diving attempt. Well, not a dive, but an attempt to catch it. Ryan Villarreal couldn't quite get there. So here comes Canada. 2 on, no outs.
Back-to-back hits. This is how you start a rally. Get a little momentum, get the crowd into it.
Well, it's going to be something if this holds up. All 6 games played, we have had a come-from-behind winner. Now that includes Japan down 1-0 after an inning against Spain, but still, everybody who has won has been behind and had to come from behind.
Yo pienso que, ¿cómo te sientes para hacer un bullpen hoy? Porque tú tienes que lanzar menos 20 para que estés listo para Japón. Me parece que sería mejor para que estés ready, ¿no? Vamos a hacer un bullpen a este pelado hoy. Buen trabajo, excelente. Dame shot. Tú traes para tercera, tú traes para short y tú te quedas en primera, ¿ok? Hey, hay 2 outs, vamos. Va a 0 outs, son 3 outs, ¿viste? Relájate, estamos ganando sobra, así que un bullpen normal aquí, ¿ok?
Well, that's some very specific instructions, David. It's funny when the kids sort of get involved in the strategy. Canada has managed their strategy. Adon Sanchez, who is so impressive and throws so hard. And we are going to see maybe the most explosive fastball. We'll see a few others that'll rival it in this Little League World Series from Sanchez. But his own manager tells him, we need you to throw fewer than 20 pitches, get 3 outs, and do it fast.
We had that happen yesterday. Gregory Bruno, who, the famous New Yorker for this Staten Island team, came in and he only had 10 pitches left till the coach had to take him out, and he went back out for an inning and it gave up 1 hit on a first pitch and then struck out the rest on 9 pitches. Wow. I mean, yeah, he did exactly what he wanted to, and a big fist pump afterwards. But these kids know, the coaches know, they've got a pitch count, they've got a strategy here. This game's well in hand, but he's not going to take any chance. He's going to his big arm, and I'm excited about seeing Sanchez pitch as well as I think you are.
2 on, no outs. Canada, give them credit. They're putting some pressure on Panama here, but it will not be easy. Yeah, he has been so impressive at the plate. Don Sanchez 3 for 3, a double, a homer, a single, 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, plus he's drawn a walk, and he has a soft side.
Oh, the heart emoji.
All right, his first pitch. Almost hit the batter at 77 miles an hour. That is the equivalent of a 100-mile-an-hour Major League fastball. I do believe that is the fastest pitch thrown at Williamsport so far. I don't know if Bruno threw one at 77.
And how comfortable are you in the box right now?
Yeah, Zayden Pleasant's going, why am I first against this? Okay, now you've seen a couple.
I don't know that he has seen them, though.
Yeah, now, in theory. Okay, that's 78.
And let me tell you something, as a hitter, when the pitcher has this slow, deliberate windup and that quick arm, it's like it just explodes out of that hand. Very intimidating. You'd rather have a guy have a nice rhythm and it come out. This is jumping out of the hand.
Did you see the deep breath from Zayden Pleasants? Trying to calm himself down.
I'm nervous for him.
That's tough. 79 miles an hour. Now that's facing the fastest fastball in the big leagues. Wow.
This Panamanian team is super impressive, as well as this. I mean, this kid's got to be the best player that I've seen so far. We saw a lot of good players yesterday, but this kid's a stud.
So here's Jordan Jaramillo from the left side taking a ball. He has been a monster at the plate, and now he comes in to try to close the game out, throwing major league equivalent triple digits. Jordan's been hit by a pitch 2 different times in this game, so both times up he's been hit by a pitch. This time I don't think he's wishing for that.
Let's not hit Jordan.
Oh, he got hit by his own teammate. Well, that one gets by the catcher. And that will allow a run to come in to score. Valkovic is in. 8-2.
The catcher's all right. It looked like he didn't get a whole lot of glove on that one. Looks like he's okay.
Well, we always talk about the hitters at this level against a guy who's throwing this hard. How about trying to catch this?
Well, there's not a lot of meat on that catcher's bone, so it looks like he just got ball just coming in hot. I know what 103 looks like, and it's tough to react to if he's not hitting the spots.
2-1. Swing, put it in play, but foul. 2-2. He might have now you know a kid is throwing really hard if he broke a synthetic bat. He might have broken it.
Coach going to break it over his knee.
All right, can we hear? Pitcher. He knew it.
Jeez, I've never seen that.
We've seen a lot from Adon Sanchez that we haven't seen before.
That is true.
He's thrown 8 pitches so far. Remember, his coach said we need fewer than 20 to get the 3 outs. So Jaramillo, he's being a pest. 2-2. Got a piece of it. Foul ball. I mean, you can't blame the runner. Okay, play the game. You don't know whether it's a foul. Break for the plate.
I love it. If you don't know,
go.
Go. We'll have the umpire tell you to go back. I can't stand somebody just assuming anything, right?
He's on him.
Not bad. Give me a minute.
So Kai Shex is the runner at third. Looking to get another run home, and a little point of encouragement for, I think his teammates admire Jordan Jaramillo for hanging in there like he is.
2-2.
I do too.
I'm about to say I do.
Ooh. Got him swinging. Now a throw behind, almost out number 3. Catch all the excitement of the Little League World Series, including how to visit Williamsport, scores, stats, highlights, and more. LittleLeague.org. Follow along on social media with the hashtag LLWS.
I mean, can we talk about that breaking ball we just saw after 103?
Yes, we can.
My
yes, we
goodness.
Can. Andre Juco, last chance for Canada. And okay, I got to speed it up.
It's one thing to have a nice fastball, but to have that at 12 years old, my goodness. I'll take this guy on my team.
He can play. Wow. Inside, and that one gets by the catcher. So that will allow Sheck to come in to score. Another run for Canada.
So that breaking pitch didn't register. So it's below 62. It's got to be above 62 to register.
So that means you got at least a 15-mile-an-hour difference between fastball and off-speed.
And some depth to that thing. I mean, that was nasty.
1-1. Andre Juco, who drew a walk, scored a run, choking up a little bit, trying to get to that fastball. He puts it in play. On the ground to third. The throw, not in time.
Nice hustle.
Canada's still alive. Andre's pumped, man. He got a hit against this kid.
I would be too. Uh-oh. Looks like he's hurt too at first.
I don't know, did he hurt himself celebrating? I thought he was happy, excited. Yikes. right arm he's holding. He was digging. Yeah, maybe he was already, well, I don't know. It's almost like he was holding that right arm a little awkwardly. He does not want to come out of this game. He's laughing about it now. Can you believe I just got a hit off this guy? I don't care if it was in.
I don't care either. Yeah, that was and a nice play from Carlos Arcia at third.
Well, now Nate Kalina, we know he is not afraid. He swings and rolls one foul. These little kids for Canada, they are hanging in there.
We got that hockey mentality from Canada. I'm not scared of anybody.
And remember, look, there's a little drama here for Panama. They still have a 5-run lead. 14 pitches for Sanchez. I don't know what they would do if he got up above the threshold. That would be a decision. 103 for a called strike. It's 0-2. And now Nate Kalina and Canada down to their final strike. Does he go back to the off-speed pitch? 0-2. Strike 3 called, and this game is over. Wow, we have found a kid who can really play.
That was a fun one today. I mean, it's probably the most exciting game just as far as talent on the field. The Canadian team, phenomenal effort tonight for what is taking on a really good, talented Panamanian team. I think this team is going to give Japan a run for their money. A lot of talent on that Panamanian team.
And still more baseball to play for Canada. So we have our winners bracket now after the first round is complete on the international side. South Korea, Mexico Sunday morning, Japan, Panama Sunday early afternoon here in Williamsport. Panama gets a win. Lots of impressive stuff from them. They beat Canada 8-3 for David Ross, Sebastian Salazar, Dave Fleming saying so long. Back here tomorrow 1 Eastern on ESPN for Australia and Puerto Rico.